Hey, Michael here from Beer Baseball Blog, The Adventures of Craft Beer and Baseball. This is the Beer Baseball Blogcast, episode 20 for September 15th, 2020. Wow, a 20 and a 2020, right on.
Wow.
Wherever you're watching us live today, please give us a like and a comment. Let us know that you're out there. And as always, we'd appreciate if you subscribe and turn on those notifications. Here is the lineup card for today. Angelo Trinidad, his last live baseball game was an Aliso Viejo Little League game on March 11th. Angelo, welcome.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Kevin. Hey, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good. Did you see any Little League home runs in that game?
No Little League home runs in this game. However, my son did get a RBI.
Nice.
That game, so that was nice to see. And he's on the Red Sox this past season, and they got a win. And who knew that this was going to be the last game of the Little League season?
Well, Angelo, how many games was that?
They played 3 games, and actually this game, this game against the Phillies, I operated the scoreboard for the first time. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, next up is Kevin Lyon. I actually have this date wrong. It's March 11th. I think I carried it over, but it was actually in February. Yeah. We saw the California Winter League. Can you tell us more about that?
It's our annual winter tradition now. So every end of January, early February, there's a group in Palm Springs, California Winter League, and it's like instructional league ball for players looking to get more exposure, more coaching, and we found out about like 4 or 5 years ago, and we go every year, and Palm Springs is beautiful that time of year. And it's like for like $10, you get to see like 3 or 4 games. There's a games on this literally a side field where part of the fun is watching foul balls literally going to the street or almost hitting someone's house, hitting like bicyclists going by. And inside the stadium, it's an old stadium. They actually used to have, it was a minor league team for the Angels, and they actually used to host spring training for the Angels.
That's right.
Up until I believe the mid to late 80s or so. But yeah, it's a good time.
That's right. And we actually saw a pitcher in full uniform being dropped off by an Uber and came in, and he was a knuckleball pitcher. We saw him pitch in the next game. It was so amazing. I mean, that's the only place that you could see stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am Michael Mondragon. My last live baseball game was with Kevin in February. And also, Angela, I also want to say your son went out a winner.
Yeah. He did go out a winner. Yep. And I'm gonna say it right here, right now, in front of all our loyal viewers.
Yeah.
Those may have been the last baseball games we attended, but the next baseball game that we attend, we all need to attend together. We need to
100%.
We need to make that happen.
Absolutely. And also, I'm actually streaming live to Instagram. Now, it's only me, and you can't see the show, but I want everybody who's watching us in the future right now. If you're on Instagram, we have like 970 people. We want more people here on our live Tuesday show at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So we always start out the show like with our lineup card, but we also start out with, what are you drinking? And Angelo Trinidad, we're going to start with you. We're actually going all Dodgers today, which is very odd for 2 Angel fans and a Cardinal fan to go for that. So what do you got, Angelo?
Which was not planned, by the way.
Not planned.
Yeah. So this kind of happenstance. So I went to Bevmo this week, actually, to pick up some wine, because at the conclusion of today's show, we're having some company over and drinking some wine. My wife's putting together a nice charcuterie board. So while I was there, I was like, let me take a look at some of their craft beer. When I was looking at the selections, I came across what I'm drinking today, which is from Golden Road Brewing, the Dodgers Blonde Ale, and this was at Bevmo, and I figured, why not? It's baseball related. It's a beer baseball blog, so I kind of thought best of both worlds. This is 4.8 ABV with no IBU listed because it's a blonde ale. So I'm really excited to give this one a try, as light beers and blonde ales tend to be my favorite. So the nice crack open of a fresh can.
There you go.
So good.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love about like the beer and baseball thing is like we all have our hardcore teams, which we'll always root for. But the one thing that I love, it's actually helped me embrace the minor leagues. It's helped me embrace the independent leagues. But anything connected to baseball, the major leagues are always going to have the support and, a lot of the money that goes in there. But like stuff like this, like if it's baseball related, I'm in. So I would definitely want to try this. And the packaging has actually evolved. This actually looks pretty cool. And if I saw it on the shelves, I would definitely, I'd get it just because it's baseball related.
Yep.
And that actually is on draft at Dodger Stadium. I remember seeing that there's a spot, I don't remember, somewhere on like the right field side. I don't remember which level.
Right. I think it's on the Loge section. Yeah.
It's in the Loge. It's in the Loge on the by the right field. I think both the right field and the left field foul poles.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You're exactly right.
Okay. Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, let me try this. It's and I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yep. And where is the Stone Brewing cart at Dodger Stadium? Literally top deck in the back corner. Awful. I'm just like, I want to push it down to Loge level. like a hero, right?
Yes.
All right, Kevin, we have a very really cool one here. So tell us more about this one.
So my favorite brewery in LA is I usually say it's Boomtown, and this solidified it. I had to unfortunately go to Beer Baseball headquarters, and Michael was like, I want some beer. And he helped me get beer, and I'm like, and I was literally like driving somewhere between Orange County, LA, and I'm like, I wonder what Boomtown has right now. And they had a special with a 4-pack of this and a beer and this is called Chavez Ravine, by the way. I don't know if you can maybe see on the bottom corner. You see it's a beautiful illustration of Chavez Ravine.
Beautiful.
And they had another beer called Bet on Bets, named after Mookie Betts. One of the best double IPAs I've ever had.
Yep.
It's tremendous. And so I went and picked it up, bought it to Michael, and I'm just like, yep, Boomtown definitely. I must love it if I'm willing to buy and drink Dodger-themed beer.
Yeah, you guys are both staunch Angel fans, so buying anything Dodgers, yeah.
Now, mind you, you see what I'm pouring? What I poured it into?
Sacrilege!
My angel mug.
Got to stay true, and we were very lucky, and I said this can is super
so
amazing.
Beautiful.
Yes, actually, let me.
Yeah, you guys single yourself out on that.
Yeah, so
there you go.
let's do that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that.
Yeah. And it's a is it a 19 ounce beer?
Yeah, so it's a 19.
Yeah, so it's not a 16.9. It's actually a 19. So it's like, so it's so cool. I mean, when I saw this, and then it was Bet on Bets, obviously Mookie Betts, right. But this beer is a 6.5 ABV, and then the Betts is like an 8.2.
Wow.
So, but this is why it's Kevin's favorite brewery, because it's so good, and a lot of these beers, I'm starting to get a taste for LA beer, because of this. It has a very distinct like West Coast taste to it. So definitely worth checking out.
What's the IBU on this one? Do we know?
I don't think that it was listed with one.
I didn't see one listed.
And what kind of IPA did you say the Bet on Bets was?
It's a haze. It's a double.
A double.
And and we're drinking this, and I drink a lot of IPAs, but if I would have poured you a little of it, you might not have realized it's a double IPA. I was just like kind of blown away by how like smooth it was. I was like, wow, this doesn't seem to be too hoppy.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you're an IPA drinker and you live in the LA area, you should definitely support this brewery, because they're one of those ones that don't have food. So they're only open right now for pickups. And they have some great deals right now. If you look up Boomtown Brewery, they're about a half mile or so away from Union Station.
Right.
So to give you an idea of where it is, right around just little Tokyo area.
Yeah, and if you get off on the Chinatown station right there and just walk, you can get. Oh no, I take that back. No, it's Little Tokyo. Little Tokyo. Highland Park is from the Chinatown station, so if you can even take the metro there. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's when we go to Dodger games or do anything in that area, we always scope that out. All right, so let's get on with this day in baseball. This is for September 15th. And there's some really great ones in here. September 15th, 1902, the trio of Tinker to Evers to Chance completes their first twin killing in a 6-3 win over Cincinnati at Chicago's West Side grounds. The 1910 baseball poem by Franklin Pierce Adams, Baseball's Sad Lexicon, immortalized the Chicago Cubs' legendary double play combination.
Oh, yeah.
So this was a poem that was first published in the New York Evening Mail on July 12, 1910, under the title That Double Play Again. So for those not familiar with this, it's a very famous poem in baseball lore. Now, a lot of people don't even know it. I can recite it for you, and it's not that exciting, but back then I'm sure poems were more exciting. But this poem, as I found out later, all three baseball players were inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1946. Their inductions have been credited in part by the fame generated by this poem. So, which is really amazing. And when I went to Chicago last year, they actually had the Tinkers Evers Chance uniforms there. So it was super amazing. It was a national card collecting conference that was there. I could go into the poem. It's not that exciting, but it basically says the lament of how the Giants basically hit in this trio basically wiped out their chance to win it all because they were just so good. So, Angelo, I'm interested to know if you've heard of this trio.
I have not.
Yeah, so I remember hearing it like early on in my baseball card collecting days. It's the Tinkers Evers Chance is like one of the best double play combinations of all time. So, Kevin, do you know much about them?
I just remember seeing the name, and I didn't realize all three of them are in the Hall of Fame. Even now, it's like I think of that, and I'm going, "Oh my gosh, what are their first names?" And I'm just spacing out, like I can't remember their first names right now. But if you study baseball history, you're going to be aware of.
I think it's on there. I can't say because obviously it's probably too. Let's see. Joe Tinker, Frank Chance, and Johnny.
Johnny Evers.
Right?
That sounds
there
right.
you go. So there you go. Look at this youngster.
Oh,
wow.
Cardinals hurler Steve Carlton on September 15th, 1969 fans 19 batters, including 3 in the final frame, to establish a new major league mark for strikeouts for a 9-inning game. Lefty's performance is spoiled when Ron Swoboda's pair of two-run homers proved to be the difference in the Redbirds' 4-3 loss to the Mets at Busch Stadium.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask you, who was the last person to throw 19 strikeouts or have 19 strikeouts? And actually, it wasn't 19. It was actually 20. Who was the last person to do it?
Is it really still Kerry Wood?
That's a great guess. Angelo, you should know. Remember, you're closer to modern baseball than we are.
Yeah, I am.
Being younger.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, my guess would have been my guess probably would have been Kerry Wood too.
Well, he used to be until Max Scherzer did it in 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and you can actually watch these games. Like I remember watching the Randy Johnson one. It's super awesome to watch that game in full. The Kerry Wood one it's great how it builds. But I remember even watching the Max Scherzer one. I remember watching this game specifically, and if I'm not mistaken, there was a bit of controversy at the end. He could have got 21, but like I think somebody leaned into a pitch.
Oh.
I swear that's the way I remember it. Not 100% sure, but look at all those people who have done it since Steve Carlton did it. I mean, that's amazing. What a lineup
Randy
there.
Johnson did twice in the same season. That's insane.
Yeah. That's incredible. All right. On September 15th, 1971, Astros rookie Larry Yount, making his major league debut, injures his right shoulder in the 9th inning, throwing his very first warm-up pitch of the game. The 21-year-old right-hander Robin Yount's older brother will never get a chance to pitch in a big with his only major league experience consisting of that one ill-fated toss to home plate.
Oh,
Can you imagine? When you talk about the Moonlight Graham stuff, I mean, like this is heartbreaking when I read this.
Oh my gosh.
So a quick question: would you, you did all this stuff, but this is your only major league experience? Would you want to be him? You would have got to the major leagues. You could say that.
Yeah. At least you made it. At least you made it. You know, but
yeah, it's super incredible, but heartbreaking nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think about how many hundreds of minor leaguers you see who play in the regular season in minor leagues who never get there. Never.
Yeah. They would beg for just that opportunity right there, but to get hurt is so heartbreaking.
We talked about the California Winter League. Like, maybe one or two guys get signed to a minor league deal or maybe independent league. It's real gems, for someone to even make it that far, let alone make it to the major leagues.
That's right. September 15th, 1977, the Kansas City Royals en route to finishing with a 102-60 record and winning the American League West set a club record of 16 straight victories when they defeat the A's in 10 innings in the nightcap of a doubleheader 5-4. Kansas City also had a 10-game win streak in July. Now, I love, first of all, I half did this because I love this poster on the right. It is so amazing. Now, the Kevin, I'm going to throw this to you. Yeah. What did the 77 Royals do? How did they do in the playoffs?
They tanked.
Actually, they lost 3-2 to the eventual champions, the Yankees.
You had 102 wins, and then you still lose to the Yankees.
Yeah. They weren't exactly the Seattle Mariners. Was it 2001 when they had like 120 victories? But But they came in hot, and actually the championship series during that time was 5 games. So so they actually, I think it was like a George Brett error contributed to it. I think Chris Chambliss hit another home run to kind of crush them again. So
and that was the first year Reggie went to the Yankees.
Reggie, that's right.
Yeah, so there was even more pressure on the Yankees then because I think the previous year they got swept in the World Series by the Reds. I'm guessing that's why they spent the money.
Right, that's exactly it. Yep.
Yeah.
So this is a story we referenced in an earlier edition of the blogcast about forfeited games. September 15th, 1977, fearing the safety of his left fielder, Orioles manager Earl Weaver, trailing 4-0, pulls his team off the field when third base ump Marty Springstead declines his request to remove the tarp covering the Blue Jays bullpen area. After waiting 15 minutes in light rain for the Orioles to return, the exhibition stadium contest is forfeited due to the home team not coming back to the field, which is actually that's a little bit of I didn't realize the game was already going. I thought it was like before the game, but yeah, but this is so Earl Weaver now, which says something. Now, as a manager, you're trying to win all the time. This was obviously a way to lose. He knew he was going to lose this game. So a good piece of manager work, I'm not sure.
Well, the only thing we don't have here, if you not know, is what inning the game was in.
That's a good point too.
Because usually, if a game gets rained out, if it is a completed game like 5 innings. Is that what's considered a completed game? The 5 or 6 innings, right?
I think that it is.
Yeah.
And it might have been, I want to say that it wouldn't be different back then, but who knows?
Right.
It might be. All right. September 15th, 1979, after hitting a single in the second, a double in the fourth, a triple in the eighth, Bob Watson completes the natural cycle with a home run in the 9th inning of the Red Sox 10-2 victory over Baltimore at Memorial Stadium. The Boston first baseman becomes the first modern major leaguer to hit for the cycle in both leagues, having accomplished the feat with Houston in 1977. All I know is that in Boston, they would not let the kids play. I think Boston.
Why did you go there? Yeah, this shows
nice callback.
so much Bob Watson. Bob Watson is like the unofficial like MVP of beer baseball.
He really is. Between the Tootsie Rolls, between the Let the Kids Play. Yeah, he's awesome. And he's been in here a lot. We definitely have to make a some sort of, I have to go back to the archives of our This Day in Baseball, but a reference thing of how many times somebody's referenced. Bob Watson's been referenced at least like 4 or 5 times at least.
Yeah. Hey, if there was a Beer Baseball Blog Hall of Fame, Bob Watson would be a first balloter.
First ballot, yes, exactly.
Cheers to Bob Watson.
Yeah,
cheers to Bob Watson.
Salud. Yeah,
rest in power.
Yeah,
because unfortunately, that's another reason why he died this year.
That's another reason why he died this year. So salud. Yeah. All right. So on September 15th, 2000, on the same day, he and teammate brother Jeremy homer in the same game for the second time in their careers. The A's first baseman Jason Giambi sets a team record by hitting his 4th grand slam of the season as Oakland drubs the Devil Rays 17-3. The base-loaded shot also ties a major league record for the most grand slams by a team in a single season with 12. Now, the reason why I bring this up is not so much, for any of the records actually, but it's the brother combination. That's something that I noticed on this day, that actually 3 pairs of brothers have homered on this day. Lloyd and Paul Wainer for the 38 Pirates, Billy and Cal Ripken for the 1990 Orioles, and Jeremy and Jason Giambi. That is incredible.
I love it. Oh, that's great.
That was super cool. So
team too. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I'm glad you have a photo of Billy holding his bat there.
That's right. I could have gone to the F face card.
Hey, not about that face.
All right, so this is going to be a fun one, and it's the reason why I'm wearing what I'm wearing today. So September 15th, 2003, thousands of Hanshin Tigers fans jump off the Abisobashi Bridge into the Dotonbori River in celebration when their hometown heroes claim the Central League title for the first time in 18 years. Wow. Now, I'm wearing a Hanshin Tigers shirt. If I do a slow, sexy reveal here, I'm actually wearing a New Japan Pro Wrestling Hanshin Tigers shirt as well. I also have the shock sticks for the Hanshin Tigers, and Kevin has the fan, and I have a towel with fighting spirit on it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I've been looking for a reason to show all my memorabilia here, and unfortunately, Top Gun Tall War has the Hanshin Tigers hat. The best I could do is a Hiroshima carp hat.
Oh yeah, wait, where's my other hat? Oh, I don't know where I put my whatchamacallit, the Hokkaido, the Ham Fighters. I don't know where my Ham Fighters hat is. I should have wore that.
Oh, that's right. So we're all Japanese out here. So this is really cool. The plunge into the murky river when the team wins, not when it wins the title, when the team wins, has become a local ritual for its fans. So you guys didn't go to see a Hanshin Tigers game when you were there in Japan, Kevin, did you?
No, because I actually went in just around December, early January, so it wasn't baseball season, unfortunately.
Yeah, so
I did get to go to Osaka and walk by that river, though.
Is that right? I don't think when I was there in 2004 and 5, I don't think we went past this river. So I'm looking forward to it. If we,
I'm pretty sure that's just right there along the party. That's one of the it's one of the big areas that you would walk around and visit in Osaka. It's a very touristy area.
So one of the cool things that came out of this was a story that I think that we're gonna do like an extended. I'd love to do like an extended story, a baseball story type of show, which is obviously shorter than this live show. But there's this. It's become the curse of the Colonel. So now, without giving too much away, this is actually the remnants of the Colonel. Now, I don't want to give out too much because the story is so amazing about what happened to this. Yes, it is Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel. This
Yes.
statue, what happened to it? And actually, it's been compared to the same type of thing that the Red Sox and the Cubs went through with a curse. So it's very interesting. We should definitely do a little sidebar show on it and talk about it because it is amazing, the story about it. And Kevin, you know more about this, right?
I mean, what I'll say is that you'll go to KFCs and there'll be a statue of Colonel Sanders. I don't think I have anymore, but I made sure I saw. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get a photo of a statue of Colonel Sanders. I don't remember if it was in Osaka or Tokyo where I saw that. And I'm like, this is one of those things. I'm like, yep, this is definitely a selfie. Or have someone just take my photo of the statue, please.
Yeah, it's so cool, and it's so Japanese too to have that. Like they'll have like
It
outside
is
their
popular over there. KFC is
yeah,
definitely
right.
popular.
Yeah, I remember going to a Denny's over there. You know, it's like it didn't have like the breakfast food, American breakfast food you think it would, but it's a Japanese version of it. But it's so cool to see like stuff like that and go over and experience that. September 15th, 2012, during a Marlins 64 victory over the Cincinnati in Miami, Jose Reyes is charged with baseball's unofficial 500,000th error. The All-Star shortstop earns the dubious distinction when he flubs Drew Stubbs' ground ball in the 7th inning. Can you imagine that they keep stats on this?
That's crazy.
Half a million errors, and that'd be pretty cool, though. I still think it would be cool to get.
Well, I mean, come on, we had the millionth hit for Bob Watson.
That's true. That's true. I really enjoy that about baseball, like the statistics like this. Like he's like, who would even know this? Let alone it happened on this day.
It keeps the history alive. Like baseball history is so remembered and celebrated, and that's what helps keep the culture of it going.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's like stuff like this, where we're celebrating it, like you know, 8 years later, but it's like it's the history of baseball, which is super cool. So, lastly, for the first time in American League history and the 12th occurrence in the majors, two teams with 100+ losses face each other when the Orioles 48-100 defeat the Tigers 44-103 at Comerica Park 8-2. The last National League matchup of teams with triple-digit losses featured the Astros and Cubs in the final weekend of the 2012 season. So that's amazing that it had never happened in the American League. And interestingly enough, I saw the Orioles 5 days later. This would have been at Camden Yards. Right. Yeah, and they won. They won their 50th game.
I saw them last year in Seattle, and the Orioles won that game too.
What the hell? We saw two of their wins?
We saw two of their 48 wins.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible. So I definitely wanted to make mention of this one. I thought it was a pretty cool stat, but to be there, I didn't even realize this when I was there. I would have paid more attention to that, but I didn't even know about this. I
got to try to find out what the attendance was for this game. That's what I'm going to try to find out. I'm going to try to find that out right now while you continue on here.
It's Detroit, so I would assume it's still probably pretty healthy.
Is it 5 digits? Is it even 10,000? I mean, it might be.
No, I'm sure he hit 5 digits.
It'll be more than 10,000 because it's like season
right. They count all that.
Let's see if I can find out what the attendance was. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this. It's not as easy as I thought.
Come on, senior research analyst.
I know, I'm working on it. I'm like, I got the box score here and everything. I'm like, give me an attendance.
And they also that hopefully they don't count vendors and staff.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I went to a game and the time I went to the game at the Astrodome, they actually showed two different figures. They actually showed the paid attendance and those actually in attendance.
Oh, how
attendance is 15,688.
Wow.
Thank you. God, I was like trying to find it. I'm like, nope, no left. Thank you.
That's crazy.
You get my job.
So that was this day in baseball. So now we get on.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Here's the headline from the ESPN article of the game, or article for the game. Tigers lose 104th game this season, move one step closer to first pick.
Wow. And who did they draft? Who was the number one pick for the Tigers?
Oh gosh, this year I
don't even know.
Oh no, I didn't look.
Spencer Torkelson out of Arizona State University,
Oh,
who I did see play last year.
Oh, that's right, because you did get to go to ASU game. Yes.
Yep, definitely. All right, so baseball card pack wars. This has been a fun segment that people like. We're not sponsored, but we endorse getting baseball cards at Hall of Fame Baseball Cards in Arcadia, California, HOFBC.com. Here are the standings. I am in first place, and I'm going to gloat because it's been a hard, long road, and I've definitely look at me. I'm skyrocketing. Number one with a bullet. I love rubbing it in because I never get to. But we actually have the same losses because Kevin hasn't played as many games. He actually missed a week.
And I'll just say, I feel like the Angels in the 80s were in September. I just don't show up. That's how it's been like that. I'm like, oh, it's just like I see the Royals come, like, oh, the Royals going to win it this year. That was 85 for sure. The Angels are cruising, and all of a sudden, boom, here comes the Royals.
Based on my third place position in the standings, looks like I'm due for another appearance on the All Angels podcast.
I'm really due for that. I need a lot of help. I haven't won in like 3 weeks or so.
All right.
Hope I get a brewer.
Here are the rules. First, we open our pack. A relic card knocks out one participant of choice. Autograph card knocks out two participants. High number card wins. We drink when we get a brewer's card. We have a third round, which is our wild card round. It's worth 2 points. And super fan Cowboy Jack Durango drinks after every card at home. I have not seen him on here, so where are you, Cowboy Jack? Hopefully you're drinking somewhere, and safely. And safely.
I think Cowboy Jack has been opening packs since 10 a.m. So
yeah, definitely. All right, so Angelos, I'm gonna let you go first.
All right. So we'll start with 2020 opening day. We'll do 2 packs of these. Max Kepler, Paul DeYoung, Sandy Alcantara,
There you go.
Michael Conforto, Bueller, Josh Bell, and Team Traditions and Celebrations, the outfield cable car, San Francisco Giants.
Oh, cool.
Card pack number 2. Get your beers ready.
Oh,
Ryan
right.
Braun.
There we go. We only had one like the last 2 weeks, so we got to make up for that.
Keep those glasses up. Keston Hura.
All right. Yeah, this is the Cowboy Jack Durango round.
Yeah.
Kenta Maeda. James Paxton. Eduardo Escobar. Mike Fiers. And opening day Kansas City Royals. Look at that beautiful screen in the background. So awesome.
So cool.
Good old Kaufman. One spot I was hoping to maybe visit. No, it didn't work out. Kansas City, you got to get some barbecue, go to a Wells game, and go to the Negro League Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later.
I really wanted to go to the All-Star game when it was there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got I laugh now when I see this guy because of the story that came out about him over the weekend. Mr. Chapman.
Yes.
Having to run to the dugout.
So funny.
He had to take care of some business here. John Lester. Max Kepler. Marcus Stroman. Kirby Yates. This nonsense. And Texas Rangers. Yeah, I just throw a card over my shoulder because it's just garbage. That's garbage. That actually counting as a card. Baseball card day.
So are we doing 2 or 1?
Yeah, we're doing 2.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to get my second one now. Hope I don't get another one of those beautiful, ugly National Baseball Card days. All right, Paul DeJong. Oh, here we go, Angelo. Sandy Alcantara. At least those two are exactly the same here.
Yeah.
Randall Grichuk. Andres Munoz. Luis Reyes. Charlie Morton. And the Stan Musial statue for celebrations. And Beer Baseball Blogcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All right, Michael. See if you can maintain first place.
Let's do it. Pack opening. There's nothing better than that feeling and that sound, right?
That sound is so good.
So good. Dan Vogelbach. Eduardo Rodriguez. Ronald Acuna Jr., who just got hurt recently, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Rosario. It's a cool shot. Marcus Simeon. Justin Turner.
Dr. Zayas.
And Aaron Judge, which is a very interesting card here.
Oh, so that's Spring is Sprung. That's
Spring is Sprung.
Spring is Sprung, right?
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
All right. Pack 2. A guy we just talked about earlier, Max Scherzer. Dante's son, Bo. Kikuchi Yusei. I haven't heard much about him this year. Patrick Corbin. Alex Bregman. Tyler Glasnow. And the New York Yankees opening day. All right. So, yeah, Angelo.
Hi, Angelo. What's your high card?
All right. So mine is Josh Bell at 197.
Woo! Jeez. You know, if I'm going to keep losing this, can I at least get a Brewer or something? I mean, my highest is a whopping 162.
Wow.
Yeah. Ugh. Cold.
And my card is Danny Vogelbach at 198.
Oh, wow.
My gosh.
Wow.
Missed it by that much.
Wow. The hot hand.
That Bo Bichette was a nice pull too, Mike. So that's that one's actually the current eBay comp on that one's like $39 for a base rookie.
Me?
Yeah.
For opening day?
Yeah, opening day.
Top variation.
Top series 1 is going for like double that for the same card. Yeah,
that's crazy. And you know what's even crazier, Angelo? You're being gifted all these cards, right?
Awesome.
You didn't tell him we have to drive back up to your place at the end of the season?
Yeah. You got to bring me beer.
I know. I got to take it back to you. I know. There might be a card or two missing. All right. I don't know what happened to that.
There's an image variant for Boba Fett for that Boba Fett card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one's PSA graded at or GMA graded at 10. That was $100 out of an opening day pack.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I mean, the pandemic has been so terrible, but for card collecting, it's been insane. Super insane. All right, so we're doing 2020 Archives baseball.
Right. Love these cards.
Me too. Let's do this.
Let's see what happens because there's supposed to be 2 autographs in these boxes.
That's right. We have not got an autograph yet. All right, so let's.
This is our 3rd week of doing this, I believe.
4th.
Yep. 3rd, I believe.
3rd.
We still have 5 packs left. This is our 3rd week.
So Corey Seager. That's a cool card.
Oh yeah.
The Sultan of SWAT, Babe Ruth.
There you go.
The Bambino. Willie Castro. Shogo Akiyama, which is he's quickly becoming one of my favorites. Him and Joey Votto, I mean, on the same team. It definitely makes me want to watch the Reds. That's for sure.
Trevor Bauer.
May. Oh, Trevor Bauer too. Yeah, I love Trevor Bauer. Eugenio Suarez is another guy I like watching.
Oh, yeah.
And Puig was with them last year. This one's actually numbered out of 75. Rowdy Telez.
Wow, look at that.
Red
Nice.
parallel. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Whitey Ford.
Wow, look at that. There you go.
And last but not least is Frank Thomas.
Big Hurt.
Big Hurt. All right, who's next?
I'll go since I had one card lower than you last round.
Yes.
Man, I felt really good about that Josh Bell too, man.
I know.
Jeez.
I felt terrible looking at my cards.
Kenta Maeda, Joey Gallo, Derek Jeter. Oh, look at this, Fred McGriff,
The crime
That's
dog.
cool.
From Atlanta. Nice.
Larry Walker. This is an insert Hammerin' Hank Aaron.
Cool.
Oh, right on.
Anthony
Can I ask
Fay.
if that? Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to ask if that was Milwaukee Braves. I was going to try to get away with
Yep.
making that Brewer tie-in, but
It is Milwaukee Braves.
right on.
Anthony Kay and Anthony Rendon.
Right.
Nice. All right, Kevin, you're up.
And again, sorry, Bubble Plug. I mean, geez, so far we've only had 2 Brewers, all by Angelo in the very first round of packs here.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can help things out that. Oh, here's one of the greatest of all time. Ricky Henderson,
Oh yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Charlie Morton, a man I just happened to reference a moment or two ago, Trevor Bauer.
Awesome.
Oh, here we go. Speaking of one of the greatest of all time, Roberto Clemente,
Yes.
That's awesome.
former Brewer, and now he had to end up going to San Diego because of, something that happened last year. Trent Grisham, poor guy, doing well with
He's doing really good.
Doing
for
really
San
good.
Diego, yeah.
Oh, I love this. I love this card. And I believe this is an insert. Sports Extra kid infielder shifts to Chi-Town. Ryan Sandberg.
Wow,
You
that's
have the
cool.
little cards at the headline.
That's
that-
cool.
That's like a little insert there.
I have that traded set. Remember Oscar Gamble with the big
Oh yes.
afro? That
Yep.
was like a traded set from that year.
Yeah. And then lastly, we have Austin Meadows and Amberton Simmons.
Wow.
Nice.
So we have 15 packs left of archives with 2 autographs. So looming
Yep.
out there.
Yep.
And that's crazy.
Okay, so if we were playing low card, my Babe Ruth is actually number 1.
Oh. Well, you didn't call it too tough.
But my other high
Oh,
card
no.
here is 231 Whitey Ford.
Yeah, I'm out 203. Anthony Rendon.
Yeah, 224.
Michael on a hot streak.
Wow. Is this where I do my Deion Sanders strut or
Well, I think it's very appropriate since you're on a
This is
hot
where I
streak,
just get on.
and tonight is the debut of United Wrestling Network Primetime Live on pay-per-view. So yes, high step away, Michael. High step away.
Time to get back in that ring, Michael.
Oh boy.
Obviously it's calling you.
I think no.
Just say no.
You
say no.
you flummoxed me. How dare you? I can't imagine wrestling ever. Like, it's it's funny because the funny that you say that because I can't believe like watching it like we used to do that.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Like I remember we were sitting at a baseball game one time, and I think I saw this guy slide into third base, and I said like, Kevin, if I were to slide into third base like that guy just did, I would be dead. Like I'd be legit dead.
I've literally taken 3 bumps ever, and I don't know how you guys could do that on a week in and week out basis.
It's crazy. I don't know how people. You know what? I consider myself part time when I did it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing it for a living.
Oh yeah.
That's what I can't.
And Kevin was there for one of my bumps.
That's right.
He helped me
Yeah.
out of the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'd always be at
So
television
thoughtful.
shows and something would happen and no one's coming to help out the guys and I'm the only person and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? I have to do this? And I'll go out and help out because the ring crew or whatever, they'd never come out because they don't know any better. And I'm just like, the
they're
guy's
too
hurt.
busy.
Come on, help the guy out.
they're too busy counting their merch money. All right.
No,
So-
they're just made like nuts, you know?
Yeah. So we all have a bag of retro packs. There's a lot of variations in here. So this is the wild card round. It's worth 2 points. So I'm gonna reach in here and okay. So the stipulation is for this one. It's not high card. Let's say most catchers. I'm gonna throw
Okay.
most catchers in your pack. So I'm
What
gonna
happens if none of us get a catcher?
so if we get then we go to a bonus pack.
Okay.
Okay.
Just asking. I was like, 'cause we did a bonus pack before on a tie. What you got?
So I have 8 cards of Donruss 2020. So I'm a Donruss baseball. Yeah. So on the cover is Yordan Alvarez. So I'm gonna give this open. Let me change the.
Yeah, I
configuration.
already opened up one of those. I think the first week we did this, and I was like, oh, I just love seeing because they had the old Diamond Kings card that had like the artwork and rated
Yes.
rookies. It was fun.
Okay. So we're gonna start out with a Chris Paddock, not a catcher.
Yep.
Jose Barrios. I should have gone with pitchers.
Yeah.
No, we've already done that though.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Next time, maybe I'll do left-handed pitchers or something like that. If I ever
Oh, God.
win,
Yeah.
I have to win one.
Justin Turner. This is a really cool card. It's actually numbered out of 999. It's a Jesus Luzardo. Look at
Ooh.
that one.
Wow, that's a
That's
beautiful
cool.
one.
That is really cool.
Nice.
Now
But-
playing.
But Michael,
That's
is he a
awesome.
catcher?
He is a pitcher.
Right. Who's
This
that?
also is a it's kind of a chrome card of Paul Goldschmidt.
Nice.
Not a catcher. Another not catcher, Aristides Aquino.
Oh, speaking of the red.
Rated rookie.
Yep.
Yep, rated rookie. Not a catcher. Another not a catcher, Rafael Devers. This will be
If
fun.
anyone gets one catcher, they're going to win this thing.
Wow, and another pitcher, Lewis Thorpe. So
You picked a
8
very
cards.
tough position there.
Ay,
No,
ay,
you
ay,
really did
that,
pick a tough position there.
that was miserable.
But you almost just said Brewers at this point, so that way at least we can get a brewer, we can have a drink. you
Oh,
know?
that's true. That's true. I
We've
should've
not
thought
gotten
that.
any Brewers since the first pack today.
All right,
Yeah.
Angelo, you're up.
All right. So let's give it a good shake.
It's like the old Price is Right game, 3 strikes, you know?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So not very fun, but I got 2020 Top Series 2.
Hey, you have 14 cards.
14 cards.
14 cards, so 14
So,
chances to get a catcher. So let's see.
Or an autograph or a relic.
That's
Wow,
true.
yeah, that's also true.
That's true too.
Chris Bryant,
That means you're knocked out, Kevin, because I'm already out.
Robert Duger,
Thanks.
Kyle Garlick. 4 pitchers so far. Vince Velasquez, DJ Stewart,
Not catcher.
not a catcher. Tony Kemp, Eduardo Escobar, not a catcher. Xander Bogaerts, not a catcher.
Uh-oh.
Jose Rodriguez,
Crazy.
Tim Lopez,
Not Javi Lopez. Can you
nope.
say it's Javi Lopez? Do you have a catcher?
Tops now. Anthony Rendon introduced as an angel at press
Nice.
conference.
I believe that's an insert. Very good.
This is a nice card. Mike Trout, player of the decade.
Nice.
Remiel Tapia,
That doesn't look like a catcher, though.
nope, and Gio Gonzalez, no.
Wow. This would be fun if it went to 2 rounds. Kevin,
No
you can walk off.
No catcher and no Brewers. So what I need to get is I need to get like a 2019 like Grandal card when he's on the Brewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get a catcher and a Brewer. That'd be like calling my shot.
This is
Top Series 1.
God.
this is worth 2 points. One catcher worth 2 points.
Yep. I got 14 chances. Or an autograph or a relic. You know. You never know.
It'll be wasted. We're both out.
No, I would win though.
You would win automatically.
You would win automatically. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take a forfeit. You know, I haven't won in like 3 weeks. I'll take whatever the heck I can get at this point. All right. All right. First card, catcher for the Angels. I'm just kidding. David Fletcher. All my favorite Angels for sure.
Yep.
Anthony Kay, pitcher for the Blue Jays. Alex Verdugo, unfortunately an outfielder for the Doyers. Eugene Rue, pitcher. Mike Clevenger. Billy Hamilton.
Wow.
Get your gongs ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the Undertaker, Hansel Rooklet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, Austin Barnes.
Oh, walk off.
Walk off.
Let me at least finish this pack in case there's anything else fun in here. Amir Garrett, Eduardo Rodriguez. Obviously, I'm looking for a Brewer at this point, but beggars can't be choosers. Ryan Presley. This looks like a variant of some sorts of a Jackie Bradley Jr. It's the regular card, but it looks like it's a glossy version of it. Franmil Reyes and David Dahl. So there you go.
Wow, one catcher. That is awesome.
So good.
Thanks, Austin Barnes. It's because I had this Dodger-themed beer in an Angels glass. That's why. Really.
All right, that was fantastic. So what a great
more
game!
Brewers and more victories for me, but I'll take 2 points. Believe me.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I
Congratulations!
just managed to keep pace with you, Michael.
Yeah, and Bubble Pugs is walk off, right? Yeah, absolutely.
I wish I could have got Jed Yorkoff. You know.
Yeah, Jed Jerko. Yeah. All right. So this is baseball trivia. This is how we end every show. Test your knowledge of baseball in the comments. Please throw out the player that you think that this is. It's actually Who Am I? It's taken from Baseball's Best 1000, the greatest players. Sorry, the Baseball's Best 1000 rankings of the greatest players of all time by Derek Gentile. Now I'm actually going to kind of switch this up a little bit, and I'm just going to go with the top level facts. So these are the teams that this player has played for. These are his highlights and awards. Yep. And he was born in Ontario, Canada. So you see, he started with the Phillies, went to the Cubs, Rangers, Red Sox, back to the Rangers, back to the Cubs. 3-time All-Star, NL Cy Young winner in 71, two-time wins leader, 71, 74, Cubs number 31 retired, and in the Rangers Hall of Fame. So anybody in the comments, please say who you think that this player is.
He is in the Baseball Hall of Fame as well, if it's who I think it is. I will add that. Wow. Okay. That's tough. That could be tough. Like I know, but
I'm trying to make it harder, and it's like, when you give like clues, like people know it right away. But this one, I want to be a little bit more elusive, you see a trend here. Kevin, you see a trend here, I should say.
I do.
Well, you know who it is. You said
I know who it is. I know who it is, but
how did you come to that conclusion?
Because of the Cubs. Is that he was most known for being a Cubs pitcher in the 70s. And I actually had his rookie card while I was collecting cards. So one of those cards where I was like, this guy's going to make the Hall of Fame someday, and this card's going to be worth more money. I forgot he's from Canada, though.
Well, that's the one thing I learned in this process, that he's like a really celebrated Canadian athlete, which I did not know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. So Kevin, the floor is yours.
And this guy actually, for a while, he was really. I don't remember what exactly the drug was, but he got busted for drugs at one point too. I don't remember if Goose Gossage played on the Cubs. It's very possible because Goose played on a lot of teams, but Goose played a little bit later on in the 80s. So this is Ferguson Jenkins, and I said he took a long time to get in the Hall of Fame. Good job, Matt Effingham. Good job.
Wow.
Oh, so it was only the third year he was eligible. Okay, I thought it took longer than that for him to get in. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that 31 for the Cubs, Greg Maddux. So two number 31s were retired on May 3rd, 2009, which is a really amazing fact. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Like I'm not a big numbers guy, like a jersey number guy, but I'm like, oh wow, that's super cool, and I didn't realize that. And actually, in research on this, I found out that I think it was the '91 All-Star game was in Toronto, and they dedicated it to Fergie Jenkins.
Oh wow!
Jenkins, and he actually threw out the first pitch, and yeah, so he's a big deal.
That's awesome.
In Canada, I thought that was super cool too. All right, so that is our first one. We have a second one here. So this one, the degree of difficulty is a little bit higher. Now, he actually played in the Negro Leagues for the New York Cubans in 47 through 49, made the major leagues, Indians, White Sox, back to the Indians, back to the White Sox, Cardinals. I didn't even know he was a Cardinal. Senators. Now, White Sox, he ended his career with the White Sox, came back in 76, came back in 80.
Yep.
If that's possible, wait, what?
Yeah. That's the reason why I know this is, because at first I'm like, no, I had a guess in my head, and then when I saw 76, 80, I'm like, okay, I know what this is. Just because they celebrate how, like, oh, he's doing this. It might have been a one-off. It had to be like a Bill Veeck, like, White Sox.
9-time All-Star.
It sounds like a White Sox. Like, it sounds like a Bill Veeck, because I'm pretty sure he was still with the White Sox at that point.
9-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time stolen base leader, which that was a surprise. White Sox number 9 retired. That was actually interesting to me too. I didn't even realize that. So I know this for you, Angelo. The only reason that I think that you might know this, because recently, I think it was last week, there was a This Day in Baseball, and it actually celebrated one of his milestones. So it's very interesting.
Huh.
And what's also interesting is it says he started in 49, so he must have been like the second or third Negro League player to play in the Major League in the American League, because it's not Larry Doby, but Larry Doby was celebrated being the first black player to play in the American League, and I'm like, wow, this guy was right there too, even though he's from Cuba, So
right, yeah,
he couldn't get into the major leagues.
Yeah, nobody sweat the details that he.
But that happened a lot historically.
Chad M with a very good guess of Luis Aparicio. It is not him.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
There you go.
Hey, you're not supposed to Google it.
I don't need to Google it to know it's Minnie Minoso. I Google my brain.
No problem. It is Minnie Minoso, and one of the cool things about him is, he's born in Cuba, the Cuban Comet, Mr. White Sox, which when you talk about Mr. Padre, this is Mr. White Sox.
Well, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, so that might be probably the reason why they did that.
Exactly, absolutely. So that's very interesting. I wonder if we had a trivia question. We all know Mr. Who is Mr. Cub, who is Mr. White Sox.
I would not. So.
He's actually in the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame, which I wasn't aware of. Being a Cuban, that's very interesting. But the second player to appear in the major league in 5 decades.
There you go.
You wouldn't even know the other guy, which is crazy.
Well, it said 74 and 80, so it's a total gimmick. Total gimmick.
Yeah.
And so bring you back. Maybe you play like one game. Or and then just to do the thing and draw some old White Sox fans to come back around to Comiskey. Yep. I can't believe he's ranked 105. Wow.
Yeah. 105.
So 1980, when he came back to play for the White Sox, he played in 2 games and was a pinch hitter in 2 games.
There you go.
At the age of 54.
Yep. See, gimmick, which is fine,
Total gimmick, and that's what I love about the White Sox. They were
so get this. In 1990, Minoso was scheduled to make an appearance with the minor league Miami Miracle of the Florida State League to become the only professional to play in 6 decades.
Yeah.
Wow.
However, MLB overruled the miracle on the idea.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks because you know what?
Okay. In 1993, a 67-year-old Minoso made an appearance with the independent St. Paul Saints.
Yes.
Wow.
And then returned to the Saints in 2003 and drew a walk, thus becoming the only player to appear professionally in 7 different
Yes.
That
decades.
is awesome.
Fantastic.
And what did you call the publicity stunt? You called it the Bill Veeck publicity
Bill
stunt,
Veeck,
right? Yeah, Bill Veeck. So at the time of Minoso playing for the Saints in the Northern League, his son Mike owned controlling interest in the team.
Yeah. When you see that, Mike, I know on that team. It was Mike. Yeah.
So I'm gonna let Bears Fury Real off the hook here, because I have an 18-year-old son.
Okay, we get time out on that 2006.
Googling is allowed because that's how they find out information on stuff and so like in my day, back in my day, so like everything kind of trickled down. All the knowledge and all this other stuff. So like sometimes we didn't even know if it was even real or not. So I appreciate that you Googled it and actually find out about this. This is what the great thing about baseball is. Like even what you did, Angelo, looking it up, I wouldn't have known that. I didn't find that in any of my research I did for this. So super cool that you looked at that. And oh man. And I just had somebody reach out to me. They went to the St. Paul Saints. They won like the independent championship last year. And that's super cool that they do stuff like that. And independents are super fun. And you should definitely support all of them going forward. But again, Minnie Minoso is, what was it? There's one where he gets a hit. I think it's in, let me go back here. Let me see the year. So he's with the White Sox, 60, 61, 60. I guess it would have been 76.
Yeah.
And Harry Carey is doing the call on it, and he's like,
"Oh, so good."
You know, and I think I don't think they're wearing the shorts, but even that is like super cool. Yeah. So anyway, just want to throw those names out there. I mean, this is a name that I know, like Manny Sanguillen, Minnie Minoso, all these like names that you wouldn't now they have characters.
But obviously he's ranked 405 all time, and you know how many people even know who he is. He's not in Cooperstown. You know, the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame is like, what? Like that exists? Like where is that? I want to go to the Mexican Baseball Hall.
I thought the same thing as well. And he's in it. So like he must have played in Mexico, obviously, right?
Exactly.
So total baseball guy. I mean, like I also love he's also doing that old school thing where you actually like warm up with like what 5 or 6 bats.
5 bats, yeah.
He's obviously an older gentleman at this point. I mean, look at him there, you know?
Yeah.
He's not looking like a spry
he's still in good shape here though. That's the thing.
Basically, you can tell he's not like a 30-year-old baseball player.
Definitely. All right, so that's the show we had scheduled for you today. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Please, if you like this show and you like what we're doing, please, all we ask is that you like and subscribe. That's it. And give some interaction. Let us know you're out there. We super appreciate it. Angelo, any plugs you want to put out there?
Nothing but 20 episodes, 21 if you include our pilot. So thanks for coming along with us on this ride. It's been fun, and I'm enjoying myself each and every week. And more than anything else, I look forward to every week expanding my baseball knowledge. Thanks to these two wonderful gentlemen and co-hosts. So
thank you so much, Kevin.
I mean, for myself, if you want to see whatever I get into, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lock and Loll. That's LOKNLOLL. Or as I try to say every week, we want these breweries, we want these minor league baseball teams, we want them to stick around during all this. I say in general, support your local business, but if you like beer, please try to do whatever you can to get your local brewery. We want them to stick around. Some of them can't open because they don't serve food. You know, that's what happened when we went to Boomtown. They only opened to go. And we want these businesses to stick around because they make great products,
Yep.
It's minor league baseball. We want baseball to exist. We know the Angels and the Dodgers are fine, but I want to know that these minor league teams in California are going to be okay through all this.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think that I think I saw the statistic. It was like they're going on like 80 days of being they can't operate. So
Yeah.
just think about taking 2 months out of a business that thrives on like foot traffic, selling their product. It's just sitting there. So again,
Support their merch. Yeah, support their merch.
yeah,
That's the only way
anything
you
you
can
can
do it.
do, anything you can do.
We say it before. If you like the Angels, look up the Angels farm teams. Buy some products. Like the Salt Lake City Bees, that's their AAA team. Great. Buy something of that. If you like the merchandise, Rocket City Trash Pandas, that's the Angels AA. Great merchandise.
Burlington
Yeah,
Bees.
and there's a lot of teams offering some really cool merch too. So Stockton Ports, for example, they were scheduled to host the California League All-Star Game this year. So they just put a bunch of the merch they had printed for the All-Star Game. There's some mugs and things like that. So there's some stuff, and I think they're doing commemorative tickets as well. So those stuff are really cool. So yeah, go check that out whenever you can.
Very good.
Yeah, and I mean I can't stress it enough. I mean, like we all know that the Major League Baseball teams are going to survive, but the minor leagues definitely need your help. And there's actually it was very interesting. And I've been watching the Mark Viquez. He's been actually going to a lot of the independent games. They've still been running, which is great. If that's available in your area, definitely check it out. But stay safe. 2021 is basically when we're going to kind of reassess all this, but definitely reach out to these other outlets. Find out your favorite team, look at their minor leagues, and buy a hat, buy a t-shirt, do something. Also the breweries as well. Definitely support them. So we will not see you at the brewery. We will not see you at the stadium. We hope to see you soon, but we will see you here next week, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week. Good night.